Fellas.
Does it?
How we sounding? Level sound right to y'all?
Level sound good.
I
Good.
level up.
Yeah.
I'm known to level up.
Word. I'm excited about this, guys.
Me too, me too.
I'm
This is
excited.
beautiful. This is beautiful.
The first of spilled liquor. We're gonna just pour a little imaginary liquor for the homie
For the
Mo.
brothers that ain't here.
Yeah,
For the
that's for Mo,
We're gonna,
man.
we're gonna pull out a little for the quarantine homies.
Yeah, for the quarantine.
For the quarantine.
For the quarantine homies. We practicing social distancing 6 inches.
Right.
Some of y'all know about that.
that's what I was about to say.
6 inches. That means she only get half of it.
You get half the pleasure. Half the pleasure.
She
We
get
rationing. We
half
rationing it.
strokes. She get half strokes
We're
for social
rationing it out
distance.
during quarantine. All right, I am here with the homie Ara, Ryan
Sorry.
Riggs. How's it going, homie?
Good, man. Blessed
Appreciate
to
you,
be here,
man.
man.
Hey, man, we happy to have you.
Hey, I'm
We
happy to be
have you.
here, man.
This is gonna be
Good
fun.
biz. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got John. I got experience. Jones. Is it John Doe? John?
Depending on
Doe,
experience.
depending on experience.
Depending on experience.
Talk to me.
Oh, that's what the Doe stand for.
Yes, sir.
Do you know I just figured that out?
That's deep.
Well,
ain't
you
it?
always
fucking
been the
dope.
slowest
It's
of
an
the crew.
acronym.
really?
You always been the tallest but the slowest.
That's why I'm the host.
That's what
I get to sit back. You know what I'm saying?
The
I get to
host
sit back
gets
and
all
let
the
y'all-
attention. When we in the club, I'm like, yo, he tall and dark, you know, but he's slow. You're a little bit slow.
We get to play it off though.
That's right.
We can say we in the clouds. It's
Right.
foggy up here.
I gotta do that.
It's foggy up
Hey,
here.
Mr.
baby.
Host, what do you go by?
Slim, man. Just
Slim.
as
Simple.
yeah,
Slim.
straight to the point.
Slim in the
Slim.
building.
Yeah, man. I had some fucked up nicknames in my entire life, so
Well,
I'm happy to have.
Give me
some.
one of them.
I don't know if I want to give you that. You know what I'm saying? You pull that shit out at the wrong minute. I'll be in front of something, kid, like, hey, girl, you know what I'm saying? Then you be across the street. Chicken bone! Hey, chicken bone!
Oh yeah, hey man, they called him doodoo chaser back in the day. The young doodoo chaser.
Little dude chase.
Like how you come up with that? I don't
They used
know.
to call him Dirty Dick Slim. Oh, Dirty Dick.
Yeah, that's why we moving on. See, that's why I get to
They
be the
say he
host.
used to put his drawers on backwards. He wore underwear without penis holes.
What?
So, getting right into it, man.
Yes,
News
sir.
and noteworthy right now. Tell me about what's going on in your lives, man. I mean, obviously, this is one thing we should do. Every time somebody says or mentions coronavirus, COVID-19, got to take a drink.
You gotta take a
All
drink.
right.
Okay.
And it's okay. I don't mind taking a drink. We got to talk about it.
Okay,
You
I'm
know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get one in.
Get one in right now.
Because
For the quarantine
For the
brothers.
quarantine.
we got to bring it up. We can talk about quarantine, but as soon as you say something about the virus, you got to take a drink. All right.
Fair enough. That's how we spill that liquor. So, basically what's been going on in my world is just regular work. My work life hasn't changed much. I worked from home already before.
Oh, okay.
Before the situation occurred.
Right.
You know
Was
what I
there
mean?
any in office time, or it just was always?
It was
work?
all work from home except I would go visit on site. I work with hospitals, so I would go visit on site. So that's been completely restricted.
I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And as long as them checks keep coming in, I'm good with that.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a blessing to be employed right now.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You really determine who's essential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
What about you,
Or
Mr.
not essential. Just gotta work to make ends meet.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is the same for me. Well, I didn't work from home, but we all know that I'm in the military, so
Right.
it's been a slow to dramatic for stress.
Yeah.
You know, being in leadership, I'm kind of enjoying it. Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, but me operating on the front lines from prior years of deployment, I understand what the social services and all of the healthcare is going through.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but for me to just have to sit back on this front line is
It's a break.
It's a break.
A
It's a
needed
blessing.
break.
Yeah.
it's a break for me.
Tell me
I'm
you
rooting
get-
for them.
Right.
Get your PPE.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
all that you need. Get your support.
Yeah.
And I'm with you in spirit. But I don't know anything about what y'all got going on when
Right.
it comes to healthcare.
Right.
Right.
But I'm with you.
Are you concerned about possibly being pulled into any type of initiative that would keep people home? Because the stay at home is one thing.
Right.
But the stay your ass at home is pending, I'm sure.
To be honest with you, it's warranted.
Yeah.
If you
I
ask
agree.
me, it's
I agree.
warranted. We have so many people with the government conspiracy theorists, and we're worried about the wrong thing when we need to come together as humanity and fight against the virus.
Right.
Regardless of where it came from, if it's a man-made, regardless if it's 5G, regardless of who's lying, who's telling the truth. What we do know is that it's killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You know,
then-
if you do the math on it, right?
Yeah.
There's two different types of people. They're the people who say all this shit is fake,
Right.
or it's not the source that they think it is, or
Right.
whatever, right? And then you got the people who listen to the news,
Right.
and they're trying to do the right thing.
Right.
If you do the math, though, if you err on the side of caution, what if it is real?
That's
They
true.
still at risk.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could potentially die or
That's true.
risk the lives of other ones. If it's fake, the worst thing that happened was you stayed your ass at home.
Right.
Probably
Right.
saved a couple,
Save
Yeah.
some dollars
Yeah,
at the very
couple
least.
dollars.
Save some gas.
spend a little time with your family.
Yep.
Exactly.
Save
Got
money
to
you
look
should spend
inside.
going out. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So just do the right thing.
Do the right thing. I almost want to treat this like chicken pox back in the day. Back in the day, if your cousin got chicken pox, your mom would take you over there.
Well, what you do about acne? Because you got that.
I don't got no acne.
Okay, that's not acne. Okay, then, moving on. Continue on with your
Them
story.
freckles.
Keep it on. Continue
3D
on.
yeah,
Other
3D
freckles.
freckles.
All right, whatever you want to call it.
Pimply freckles. You know, but so, but,
You need to
but,
take some precautions.
but, but,
Hey, what was that shit they used to say late at night for the skin shit? What was it?
What?
AccuView was
It
it?
was
No.
Clear Seal. No, it wasn't
I
Clear
don't
Seal.
know.
What's the shit?
Was
They
it
sold a lot.
Was it for brothers or was it for?
It was for everybody that had fucked up skin.
I don't
It
know.
was. I know what you're talking about.
They need to put
They
Ron.
made
with
a
them
ton of
bottles.
money.
They need to put Ron on it.
I can see Ron on one of the commercials too. Before they gave me Clear Seal,
Yeah. that's what it-
Look at me
I
now.
didn't want to go outside.
Y'all look at the camera and make sure this nigga ain't lying. 'Cause I'm out here.
We gonna zoom in right here,
Zoom in.
right now.
But the biggest struggle for me, and it may make me break out, is I want to be respectful of other people. So what I was
Right.
saying with the chicken pox thing is, I'm almost to the point. I would almost rather get the virus because I feel like I could beat it, and then now once I'm over my 2-week quarantine and over the virus, now I'm free to move about freely. And
Hey,
not
this-
worry about dealing with it.
I thought
so
about
I
that
wear
too.
a mask. I wear
You know
a
what,
mask and
Slim?
gloves when I go
Slim,
out.
I don't think you
just
can-
to make other people comfortable.
I don't think you can move around freely. I'm seeing people with masks on the highway, and I'm thinking they got some information that I don't. Like, is the coronavirus moving at 75 miles per hour? Because I would like to know.
Well, there's a portion of the folks who say that this is airborne now.
Right, but is it 75 miles per hour?
I know,
No.
right?
I got a whole windshield in front of me. Slim.
Windows up and everything. They still got the mask.
I want to know,
Right.
is it coming through my AC?
Right.
My heat.
Well, I used to-
want to know, do you know something?
You know-
Because I'm looking at you at 70 miles per hour with a mask on.
I'll be hot than a motherfucker in the summertime with the heat on. If they
But-
tell
but
me, look,
Slim-
if you keep the temperature above 100 degrees, you can't get coronavirus.
can't.
I'll be the sweat.
Right.
They say if you keep it above 80 degrees, no virus can
But Slim,
survive.
they in the
anything
car by
above 80
themselves.
degrees.
Who you not trusting at 70 miles per
Well,
hour?
this is what I used to judge them, but then
I'm
this
not
is what I'm
judging.
saying.
I'm asking what is their reason.
This is the reason that I think, because I walked. This is what happened to me. I keep my mask and gloves on my passenger seat,
Right.
and I got up and I walked into Walgreens,
Right.
right? And I forgot my mask and gloves on the passenger seat, and I walked through the doors and saw everybody in the store with their mask and gloves on. I was
Right.
like, oh snap! And I went back to the car,
Right.
and put my mask and gloves on.
Right.
So my next destination, I just kept the mask and gloves
Right,
on.
I understand
while
that.
I was driving,
Makes
just so I
sense.
wouldn't
So they just-
forget.
But let me tell you the fucked up
That's
thing.
just mitigating.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to wear
You keep 'em.
the
They're
gloves
keeping
on
'em.
when you get in your car.
It's not making any sense.
Right, because
Right.
when you get back in your car with the gloves on, if you did pick up any
What you
type
did,
of
you
germ,
throw it in the
you putting
car.
it all on your steering
Right.
wheel. So what you're supposed to do when you get to the car?
Take the gloves
And
off.
throw them away though.
Yeah.
That's
So this is
not
what I'm
it.
saying. This is why I'm not that serious. For me, it's not. I'm not worried about me getting it.
Yeah, I'm more
just
worried
trying
about
to be.
people around.
I'm trying to
I
be
wanna look-
respectful
Right.
Man,
to the people
that
around
makes
me.
sense.
Right.
It's
So
just,
that-
it's
yeah.
always that one guy in the line that's with no mask on the glove, and he's like, you know what, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone looking at him like he's wrong.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that everybody look at. If you get sick next week, you go, that Negro with the wild beard, with the Taliban beard must have infected me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
You do have the Taliban beard, and with your hat turned around backwards, it kind of look like a fucking turban.
Yeah, and I got that. I got that in between skin tone where I get, I could just walk up and be like, well, let me tell you something, buddy.
Yeah.
What we can do?
Did you wash your hands?
We can listen. Say it with me. Holy moly donuts.
Holy moly donut shop. Say it with me. Holy moly
Holy
donut.
moly
You got
donuts.
this, buddy.
You got
He
this,
got
buddy.
his eyes closed.
Yeah.
You got this, buddy.
You got this, buddy. You're gonna be virus free. I promise you, buddy.
But it was cold outside.
This is a good segue. So with everything we talking about,
What up?
with,
You didn't tell us about you.
what was going on with
Yeah,
me?
Good
yeah.
point, Slim.
All right.
I mean, good point.
Yeah, you call me out. You call me out. I've been struggling. I've been struggling with it. Honestly, I am normally a hermit. I come out only when necessary. I come out to date.
you're
I
60.
come out to.
You're 60.
I'm a little older. You know what I'm
We
saying?
understand.
But I always been like that.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
isolated myself. I'm an artist at heart, man. I
You
paint,
like to
draw,
create.
do it. Yeah,
Right. You need that space.
Yeah, I need the space to do it. But the thing is I'm also a rule breaker. So as soon as you tell me I must stay home,
Then you got to
all
get
of
out.
a sudden, now everything switches. I become an extrovert. So, but I've been doing a lot of riding. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the cat that's still on the road at night while nobody's on the road. I love that
right.
shit. So riding through Uptown, all the lights, and usually you have to deal with traffic and police and
running
shit.
lights.
I'm just riding around.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey, what
I'm
deal-
a
It's
light
It's like some
runner.
I Am Legend
What
type.
now? DMX better. I'm running red lights.
Yeah.
All that.
Right in front of the couch. Right in front of the couch.
He on
Shorty
the-
can't eat no books.
He on
You know what
his
I'm saying?
belly. Put the weed in the bag. Learn how to put the weed in the bag. He on his belly at night.
So yeah, but I'm learning, man. I'm learning to make it work.
Okay.
I'm hot than a motherfucker with these lights.
Yeah, it is. It does get toasty, ain't it?
Yeah, we gonna make it though.
I'm
I know you over there, hoodie down, looking cool and shit. Like he look like he cool. Like ain't
Hoodie
no
down.
shit.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable right now. I know I'm gonna get hot, but this is my thing. I know it's gonna get cooler later on this evening. I'm not planning on going home, so
Yeah, you
Oh,
prepared.
wow.
You
Yeah.
prepared. Yeah, man. So with that, it's a good segue.
yes, sir.
So now we go into, there's a lot of folks who are, like we talked about the two different approaches, but there's two different reactions too. So there's the folks who depend on religion, spirituality, and beliefs.
Right.
So when things like this happen, they lean on their support system, being the church or being their faith, whatever
Right.
it may be.
Right.
But then you also have the folks who lean on science,
Right.
who lean on what is defined, what does the data tell us, right? And let's talk about that. So I'll go to you on this one, Joe.
To be honest with you, you have a right to believe in what you want to really believe in. I just say don't be a ignorant practitioner of it. Okay, regardless of what you believe in, listen to what the experts are saying. Right. If you believe in religion and whatever God that you worship is going to protect you, and you want to hold gatherings and prayer, and you want to bring people together and be disregard what everything that doctors are telling us, nurses are telling us, and they're making these videos, they're making it public, they're on social media. You can go get the information. It's a touch away from your phone.
Right.
Once you become an ignorant practitioner of whatever that you believe in, then you're detrimental to the move forward to counter it. You're detrimental. I could talk to you. You can talk to me all day that this is a plague from God. You can do that, but do it 6 feet away.
Right.
Do that for me. You can tell me it's 5G, but do it 6 feet away.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, regardless of good conversation, a good debate, right? We still got to be in this together to be against the virus. And that's my thing. It's like, I don't care what you believe in. At the end of the day, the enemy is the virus. Period.
Right.
And regardless if we can't agree why it is, the coronavirus don't care what we believe in. They don't care if we black, white, or
drink, 'cause
different.
he said
I
virus
did say
multiple
that.
times.
I did say that. I
You
did say
drink on
that.
that. Spill
To the
it.
quarantine. Shake my hand. If you agree with me, shake my hand. I see you. You nodding. Shake my hand.
There it is. So
I felt like you about to take
What do
time.
what do
And hey, listen. And if you
You sound
agree
like
with
a
me, you
deacon.
can donate. All right.
There it is. You got the hat off. You got the
I'ma
hat
leave it off for you.
Waves is out. Waves is out. It's seasick. So real quick, what do you believe, John?
To be honest with me, if you want to,
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay, I don't. I believe that actually I don't believe in a higher being. That's me. That's me.
Okay.
I don't believe in God.
Okay.
I believe money is my religion, and why I say that because I'm a practitioner of it. It's a tool I need in order to dig, and my woman is my guide because everything I do for her.
Wow.
That's she carries the egg that has my seed. Like everything I do for my woman. Yes, I can give honor to a higher being, but when I get up to work, that's John.
Yeah.
When I get up to better myself, that's John. When I get up to have a passion, it's John. But I need money in order to bring this thing full circle, and that money goes to the pot, right? That feeds my wife and everything else. You know, because I feel like we're in this together. So money is my religion, and my woman, not the woman, my woman is my God. But I don't have a higher being per se. You could be against that or believe in God, but guess what? That doesn't take my character away because I'm still John Doe.
There it is, John.
Now, as money shifts and changes, How does that change your religion?
As money shifting changes.
Yeah.
If money shifting changes, I have no choice but to change and shift with it. You know what I mean? I don't care if they put it on a chip. I still got to get it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it boils down to it. A lot of people say money don't bring me happiness. You know, it could be your passion to bring you happiness. But if it's a passion of yours, you can get money from it.
So I'm going to give you the response that a lot of people give to the God-fearers or people
Right.
who are extremely religious.
Yes.
Right? Is money's not real. Like money is a
Can you
Man,
touch it?
hey.
Can you touch it?
yeah, but when I say
So
when I say
define
real,
real.
when I say real,
because I can't deal with when you deal with these parables.
Yeah.
And you deal with if you're trying to define if it's real, if it's a parable, if it's not, I can't deal with that. I have to deal in real time.
So I'll
logic.
give you what I mean. I mean that money is a measure of perceived quality.
Yes.
And when you step into that statement of perceived,
Right.
that means that it shifts, it changes
Right.
based on
Perception.
circumstance.
Right.
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 The currency in the U.S. used to be the most valuable in the world.
Right.
It's no longer that. Right.
But $100 is still $100 when you go to the store,
Right.
regardless of how we look at it.
Right. But that is within this specific system. And
Right.
the reason why I say when
Right.
money changes, it's apparent money is going to change.
Yeah, but
it's been coming for some time. So.
But it's hard to even have a perception in religious system because everyone has an opinion. Not only that, everyone has a different perception.
Right.
Now,
Correct.
everyone interprets it different. Same way. So even in religion, that system has some fallacies as well. So even with that having an underlying truth, I know if what I'm buying at the grocery store is $100, I can't give them a parable and say,
Right.
better to give than receive.
Right.
Can I have this for free?
Okay, that's
Right.
true.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Right.
and not to be biblical, but in the scripture it does say in some scriptures, God blessed his hands, right? Any man that put forth his hand to the plow and look back is not fit for the kid. You have to put forth effort.
Right.
At the end of the day, if you're blessed with gifts, if you're blessed with passion, if you're blessed with expertise, you have to get up every day and get it. You have to create. When God woke up, he said, it's dark. There's nothing out here. What can I do? And he said, you know what? Let there be light. And it was light. There was effort in that. He spoke that into existence. Not only he spoke that, it took him 7 days. So even though he spoke it, he still put action into it for 7 days to create what he wanted to create. So as men, as being able to be God ourselves, we have to create our destiny.
So that goes back to the question, though. Do you really not believe in God, or you just don't believe in the construct of what people are serving
I don't believe in God. Now, the Bible, the Quran, all of those are good reads. I can take from that to develop my character and understanding. Like I'm already doing this. Even before, you gotta think about it, because before, even in mankind, there was a point there wasn't a printed book. Right? Even before there was a printed book, even before there was an actual printed Christianity, you had things written on the walls in Egypt.
Or just
Right.
oral tradition.
Or just oral spoken tradition,
Right.
right? So there was a point in time that there wasn't a book. There was a point in time there wasn't one God.
The book is only for men.
Right. I get that.
It's
Right,
only
right.
for men.
So what I'm saying, if you can go back to a point, people say, how do we get here? You have to prove to me that we never were here. Like that's the concept for me to.
Which no one will
Right.
be able to do.
Right. So
no
for me,
one's gonna be able
so
to
you
do
want
it
me
to
to, so you want me to fathom the concept of no one here but a God, and he snapped his fingers, and I want you to believe a notion that proved to me that we never were here. Both of them are far fetched, right? But both of them don't have the.
They can't be proved.
They both can't be proven. So
Yeah,
mine is
that's right.
opposite belief. Like you can't show me as well when we were never here.
Okay, and we'll shift it to R.
So I like what you said about money, because the question that Slim asked is, how are people coping? What's giving people peace?
Yeah.
And what I believe is that there are two. We think about Christianity and Islam and so on and so forth as the major religions, but there are two major religions in the United States that we don't acknowledge as religion, and one is capitalism.
Right.
One
True
is
religion.
the
we
search.
all
Yes,
are
It's
for
religion.
fight for money. Yes,
Right.
for money and power and social status through
I
money,
acknowledge it.
through financial gain. And the second, which I think has become more recent, probably in the last 30 to 40 years, is the religion of distraction. So people are soothing themselves by distracting themselves through entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So the people are soothing themselves through social media,
Right.
TikTok,
Right. Look how fast. Yeah. I
binging
agree.
on shows on streaming services, video games, so on and so forth. We are such a, and it points back to capitalists. We are such an abundant country, a luxurious country, that we have the ability to waste time
Right.
just purely on distractions.
Right.
Right.
And our
We
distractions.
have water that you can turn a faucet and it
Right.
runs.
Right.
There are other countries where people have to get up. That's a part of their
Right.
day.
That's a part
they
of
go
their day.
down
Right.
to
They
where
walk
the
2
water
miles
is.
to a well,
Right.
and
And
carry
then
the
they carry
water
it back.
Carry the
Let-
water
let me-
back.
Which,
Right.
have you ever tried to carry
Like,
a
'cause
gallon,
you-
just a
Yep.
couple gallons of water? I'm sure you have.
I did conceal carry.
I heard that. I'm a big proponent. Like, look, man, I'm a part of the Pew Pew Foundation. You gotta have your shit. Yeah, you gotta be right. Like, remember when we was kids?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
man, I've been playing guns my whole life.
Yeah, you ain't dead. Y'all shot you.
Count to 10, nigga.
That's all we played was guns.
That's
Yeah.
a good one, man. I like
Guns,
how you
cops,
put
and robbers,
capitalism
so-
and distraction.
It is.
And one
It's-
thing, and then before we move with the Slim,
Mhm.
there's 2 things I feel like, even with money being my religion, I have this saying that if your time isn't devoted to passion or something you love, it's a distraction.
True.
Yeah.
If your time is not devoted to passion or something you love, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction. And the other thing is just that we got to understand. So I believe in a God. I believe in a higher power.
Right.
And that, to me, that is spirituality. To me, a religion is an institution.
Right.
It's based on institution. It has a church, and it needs money to maintain the church.
And has a
To
physical leader.
Right. It
Right.
has a physical leader,
Right.
just like a college
Right.
or a government building or anything else. It's an institution. So a lot of times, some things can get crossed up because the institution has to survive.
Right.
Mhm.
So sometimes it has to bend certain narratives
Right.
just
In
to
order
survive.
to survive.
Right. So I watched this documentary on Netflix about the devil in the music, the devil in the blues, and basically, when black folks were sharecropping in the South, which was essentially another form of slavery. They would, in the weekends, they only had 2 days off. They only had Sundays off. So Saturday nights, everyone would go hang out in the juke joint and listen to blues and dance and drink and party and gamble and gamble. And then the men would oversleep for church on Sunday morning
Right.
because they was hungover.
It goes back through history.
Right.
That shit is like
Right.
just natural.
So the preachers started saying, this music y'all listening to is the devil because it's keeping you away from the church. So they shamed the women into shaming the men into not going to the juke joints so that they could show up to church and pay their tithes and pay their offerings and
But-
keep the church afloat.
But they're still supporting single mothers at the juke joint.
Yeah. It's all
I know where you're going.
I know where you're going. It's all relative. It's all relative. So my
See, back then it was supporting single mothers. Today
Right.
you paying off college tuition.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
strippers have been going to college for 20 years.
You know what I'm saying?
So for me
I've
personally,
never seen a doctor as fine as what I have seen
in the strip club.
In the strip club.
No.
So
And then,
many of them trying to pay off these damn student
Right.
loans.
I done paid plenty of strippers
that's a beautiful narrative.
tuition. I done
Yes.
paid bills. I done got the nails done. If you know that and you recognize me, shake my hand.
Get that man a
welcome.
pound. Get
You're
that man a
welcome.
pound.
Shake my hand.
He took one for the team.
Right.
But yeah, but
I
so
did plenty of hustling backwards.
We all have.
Shake my hand.
We all have.
yeah, we got to. Hey, that's what the female
So
form
I'll
does.
give you
to
my take on it.
There it is.
I believe that there's divine intelligence.
Yes.
I think that things work far too seamlessly. Honestly, the system that we work in outside of the man-made portion
Right.
is perfect.
Mhm.
And the further you step away from organized chaos,
Right. So the chaos is purpose.
the chaos
It's perfect.
is man-made.
Oh,
Everything outside of man-made is perfect.
but
Go out in nature.
What?
This is my reason for saying
and
that.
I say that because God created man, and He's looked upon all and said, "It is perfect." But then He regretted making man. So how can you say it's perfect when the Scripture says it's not perfect?
No. You just said exactly what I said.
That man isn't perfect.
Man is the one that is imperfect.
Oh,
And
so if there's an all-knowing, all-seeing God entity, right, and He regret making man, then my question would be to Slim: how can something perfect make something imperfect? If I'm perfect,
Hold
how
on.
can I make something imperfect?
For balance.
so-
for balance sake.
No. This is my
No,
point.
no.
If
Let
I'm
me.
if I'm an inventor, and I invent something, it's not perfected in the same day because I'm inventing it.
Mm-hmm.
But we say God is perfect. Then how can someone invent something and it not be perfect? So
So-
we're talking about God now.
Right.
Now, put that in concept.
Yeah.
Now, if then you say you regret making them, but you try.
So I didn't say he regrets making.
no, that's what the Bible says.
So let me.
No, he
explain-
made us with flaws.
Yeah. No, he didn't make us with
He didn't make
flaws.
us with flaws.
Let me tell you, everything that
We
God
chose
has
flaws.
made is perfect. What he gave us
Was choice.
was a will. He gave us the ability to choose. There is no wrong or right choice. See, that's the thing. Most people think that because the choices that they make yield
different consequences.
different consequences, feelings, or whatever. But that's what's perfect about the system
You
is
can't.
there is a push and pull.
There is
There's
a
a
push
cause
and
and effect. There is a right and wrong in our
But the
minds.
right, I
But
agree.
the reason
way
why I
it was,
say is-
but the way it was done, Salam, it fathums me because would you take a child and put him in a cradle with a snake?
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't. So
Yeah.
how can you take something that knows nothing, right,
Mhm.
and put it with the biggest deceiver?
So
put its
again,
will-
again.
Wait, this
will
one-
it-
So let me point out.
Someone whose eyes were not open, someone who had not known anything that is aversion to everything. Right. Hold on.
John, you're going back to
I'm not-
all the rhetoric of the
Specifically
Bible.
Christianity.
I didn't say.
No,
I'm not
all right.
talking about that.
Oh,
What I'm
gotcha.
talking about is the belief that there is intelligence behind our design.
Right.
And like
But
I
the
said,
intelligence has been, for you to say it's perfect, and the creation that it created was not perfect. It's hard for me to understand how can something perfect make something.
it's only because we judge it as not perfect. We are saying it's not perfect because we know it's not.
right.
The interaction between one another is not based on love. It is based on capitalism, depending on where
Right.
you were raised. It's based on
But is
need.
that
It's
perfect?
based on power. Let me tell you what is perfect. What is perfect is
That mustache.
we all.
That is one hell of a symmetric mustache. Did you do that before you come here? Did you do that before you came? How long did that take you? How much were the clippers?
Bro, I shave daily. It
That
takes me 2
thing is
seconds.
This
symmetric.
thing about to put you on timeout. We about to put John Doe on
That
timeout.
mustache.
I said, you want to know what's perfect?
That mustache.
He was waiting for the
mustache.
line. All that was a setup.
You off track.
It was a
That
setup.
was a
It
segue.
was a setup.
Shake my hand.
Shake his hand, man. Somebody shake his hand.
I'm gonna wrap up. But what I was saying basically is, I believe that there is a God. I think that all the different narratives, right, all serve the different things that we talk about. They serve capitalism.
Right.
They serve. It's not always capitalism.
Right.
Sometimes it serves communism.
Right.
Sometimes it serves, individualism.
Right.
People don't realize
Group things.
So mechanism.
we all are actually connected. We really are. If you have ever looked at a nervous system, you've seen it, right?
Right,
You've
right,
seen
right,
like
right.
the nerves,
Right.
and you see the blood cells flowing through it, right?
Right.
It's literally the same thing as if you took a camera and you looked at traffic.
Perfect.
It looks just like that.
I could agree with that.
The further you step back from the solar system, it looks the same way.
Right.
It's all these things moving and shaking. What I think is we all think that we are the center of the universe. Every
Right.
person thinks they're the
Human
center
beings.
of the universe. We all look out at the world and say, what does it owe me, and what can I give to it? That's the
Right.
way that we look at it, right? Who knows? Our cells in our body might be looking out and saying, what does it owe me, and what do I owe it?
Right.
And then the atoms inside of the cell may be
Right.
saying, what does it owe me?
And what do I owe it?
We could have our own ecosystem living within our own bodies.
Yep.
Right.
And we're just a cell right now, walking around thinking that the world revolves around
Around
us.
us.
We are so insignificant.
Right.
But that's what's beautiful about it.
Right.
You got 7.5 billion people on this planet. You got 7.5 billion stories.
That's true.
Right. And that's when Slim says God made the world perfect, it's because we're looking at it from a human standpoint.
Right.
But look at the world. Look at how the world is constructed.
Right.
So the trees give off oxygen.
Right.
We give off carbon dioxide that
Right.
feeds the trees.
Right.
The bees get pollen
Right.
and they pollinate the flowers and then
Right.
pollinate the trees. And
Right.
then we get honey.
The cycle
and
of
then
water.
It's the cycle
It
of water.
rains,
If
and then
you
it
look at-
evaporates, and then it rains. and
Have
then
y'all
it
ever heard of
evaporates.
the y'all ever heard of the
But-
Fibonacci
but-
sequence?
I agree with all that.
Have you ever heard of the
I agree with
Fibonacci
that. I agree.
sequence?
But for, like you said, it's 7.5 billion. There's been trillions of people that have died
Yes.
to try to
Yes.
figure out what it is that makes it perfect. And
Right.
until that is proven, I only can hone down and zoom in on what I can.
Well, people dying
I
is
feel
part of
you.
the
I feel
perfect.
you.
Yes,
People
that's it.
dying
And that's
is
what
part
that's
of the
what's
perfect
beautiful
cycle.
about it.
That's
When,
it.
when
People
you
dying part of the
said
perfect cycle.
when you said your God is money, it doesn't make you
Not to
wrong.
say God was money.
It doesn't make you right.
No,
No.
for the
Your-
record.
You said your religion.
For the
is-
record,
Yeah.
rewind this because Slim is trying to put some on me I didn't say. This is what he does. He manipulates.
Hey, you caught it. You caught it. But you basically are saying like, look, man, my religion is money.
Right.
Then you're right.
Right.
You said
My spiritual belief is in willpower.
Right.
So essentially, what I believe is that there is a God. There's a higher being.
Right.
But the God is not some separate thing off in the sky.
Right.
God is within us.
Right.
Right.
The best way I could break it down is like if you ever watch Star Wars, when they talk about the Force. The Force is in all things. There's energy
Right.
in all things, and we have energy that we keep in our bodies, and then when we leave our bodies, that energy travels and goes to the next place wherever it goes. And so I can't focus on a God in the sky when I know if God made me, then there is God inside of me.
Right.
So what makes me God, what makes me have faith and have belief is willpower.
Right.
And the fact that I can dictate and choose the path that I want to go in life and make things happen in life. So if I believe that I'm going to be healthy and I know that there are steps to take to be healthy, then I'm gonna take those steps and I'm gonna keep that faith and that belief and I'm going to stay healthy.
Right.
And if I believe that I'm happy,
Right.
then I'm going to be happy. And if anything threatens that happiness, I would take the steps to move that out of the way from that happiness. So there's God in me. My subconscious, your subconscious is the window to the spiritual world.
right. So I'm gonna wrap this up by tying together what both of you guys say. Right. The way I look at it is, if you consider a tree, right? What does a tree do? A tree doesn't compare itself to the next tree. It doesn't fight with the next tree. It doesn't talk shit about the next tree. What a tree does is, and what most things in nature do, is they become the best that they possibly can. A tree will grow as tall as it possibly can. It always turns towards the sun. It will use all the resources around
Take
it
its roots
to
as deep as
benefit
possible.
it, and then it gives whatever it can give. Even in death, it will give you fire. It will give you shelter. You see what I'm saying? And it will produce seed to create more trees to do the exact same, right? I really think that if you look in nature, nature tells us the way that we should actually perform in this world.
To reach our maximum potential.
To reach our maximum potential, regardless of the things around us, just trying to give to those things. But we fight each other because that is the construct of the world that we
Of
live in.
human beings.
That's
Human
why we got a
beings.
60-year-old.
Human beings
on the show.
versus nature.
Everyone, everyone shake Slim hand.
You gotta shake his hand. Shake his hand.
Slim, shake the people's hand.
Shake his hand.
Listen,
Shake the
man,
people's
I'm
hand.
gonna give y'all a pound.
There we
Corona
go.
Corona
There we go.
going on.
There we go.
I
love that.
All right.
All right, wrap it up.
We're gonna have to pull you some more because you've been,
Baby.
Yeah, I've been sipping.
He got more on his beard than he do inside.
You got that Taliban.
Flavor saver. Flavor saver.